Hi everyone, welcome to My Diaries 20. This is Dr. Neeti. I hope you guys are doing fine. So I'm back in another video, and this time it is like a really interesting video because it is about a real life incident that has happened with me. So if you want to know, then you have to keep on watching. But before moving on, I would like to put a disclaimer over here that few people can skip this video. Number one are those people who are really weak and you are really sensitive. They get scared really easily. So don't blame me that after this video you start seeing ghosts everywhere. So second group would be those people who do not believe in ghosts and are because they'll keep on thinking that I'm making this up, but it is not a made up story, but they can watch. They might start believing in ghosts. So anyways, if you can bear with me and my story, then you have to keep on watching. So let us start this video without any further ado. You can also grab a cup of tea or coffee just like me. I'm grabbing my tea. So I really like this cup. Happiness is inner peace. Is it? It is actually. So let us start this video now. And those of you who can ask me that what I'm drinking green tea. It is by Lipton. So I'll show you the pack as well. So this is what I'm drinking. So let's start because I am having sore throat. Not that. I'm not having that. So fingers crossed. So that is why I'm drinking this green tea. So let us start this video now. But before moving on, I would like to clear some facts that this incident has happened with me in 2011, October and November starting. During that time, around roughly 8.5 years back. So this has happened with me, and I never got a chance to work in that hospital, after that. So sadly, I missed that place, and it was a really nice place. So it is not some place where I was working recently. It was like after 2011, I never got a chance to work over there. But I miss certain moments, my group over there, my friends. So I miss everybody. So a few of them I know, if they're watching this video, they could relate with me, because I'm sure not only me, all those who were working with me also remember this incident quite clearly, because after that incident many things changed for that hospital. So now let us start this video. So, and by no means I'm trying to spread any superstition over here that you start believing in ghosts or whether they exist. I'm not trying to spread any superstition over here. This is all about the incidents that has happened with me, and take whatever you want to take. If you believe in ghosts, it's fine. If you do not believe in ghosts, it's also fine. So it's just an incident that has happened with me. If you want to know, then you can start watching. And it has happened with me in like 2011, long time back, and still look at me, I'm not scared of ghosts anymore, because real life people sometimes scare me more than ghosts. And I would love to work in that place over again, so you can see clearly. So nothing to be scared about. So, and this incident actually has happened with me like around 8.5 years back. So now let's start the video, because I'll keep on saying things. So let us start. So let me tell you about the location where it happened. So I used to work in a hospital in 2011, and I was on a night duty. So in night duty, what used to happen was like you have to work for like 24 hours, 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. next morning, and in the night you were provided with a room, so where you can like stay and for the rest of the night. And you after looking after some patients, and after doing rounds, and after doing emergencies, if you get time, then you can sleep over in that room. So let me first tell you about the location of that room. So my OPD or my department was on second floor of the building. So I used to work over there on the second floor. So on that floor only, there was a room provided to us. So in short, like imagine this is our department situated on the second floor, and then there is like a long wavy maze like corridor, and you can get lost also, because it was like really confusing. And obviously we were working over there, so we knew the way. So then there was like our duty room. So in the daytime we used to work in the department, but in the night it used to get shut, so you're only left with our duty room. So let us talk about the duty room now. So I'll be doing a lot of hand movements, so please do not mind that. So let us talk about that room. That room was like a fully furnished room. It used to have AC, bed, but only washroom wasn't there. So to attend the nature's call, you have to go to another room. So basically every department used to have their own personal doctor's room. So obviously I was on night duty, so I was provided with lock and key. Basically two people used to do duty together. So sadly on that day my friend got sick, so I was like alone doing the duty. So now let me tell you about the location of that room. So just imagine a long corridor. Just imagine this hospital to be a huge rectangular building with multiple buildings in between. So this is like the hospital, a huge hospital with multiple buildings in between. Imagine a department to be there, and then there is a long corridor, and then there is another corridor. At the end of this corridor, there was a room next to stairs. Stairs were the end of the corridor. So in front of our room there was a lift. So after stairs start another corridor. So we used to, like, next to our room were like stairs. We used to go up and down whether we want to via stairs or via lift. So I've made a diagram. So I made a diagram also to explain it to you properly, because I got so excited and I was 100% sure I would not be able to tell you about the location of that room properly. So let me tell you it with hands first. So imagine this is our department. Then there is a huge wavy maze-like corridor, and then there are like two L-shaped corridors. So this is what I've made. So this is like our department. So there's like a huge wavy corridor, and then this was like, just imagine these two L-shaped corridors. So I hope you can see these are like two L-shaped corridors. So at the end of one line or one corridor, like this was our room. In front of that room there was lift also. Then there was stairs next to that room. So stairs was like practically the end of one corridor, and then starts another corridor, and this was like CCU. And in that CCU there was a washroom. So our room never used to have washroom, so we have to go to that CCU's washroom to attend our nature's call. And there was like a huge door. Nobody can enter CCU. So CCU is critical care unit, so you cannot like easily enter. You have to have shoe cover, and only doctors can go over there. So we were provided with like dress and all in the front of a gate. So this was like the washroom. But that incident happened with me in this room. So in the mid of that corridor there was this haunted room. So now I hope you're able to understand. So let me explain it to you through hands as well. So imagine this is our department. There's like a long wavy corridor, and then there are like two corridors L-shaped. So in this corridor there was like a room next to the stairs. Stairs was like the end of one corridor. So adjacent to that starts another corridor, and on that corridor there was like a CCU, which with the gate shut and all, and in the CCU there was a washroom we used to attend, and in the mid of that corridor there was this room which was haunted. So this is what I wanted to tell you. In our department, two doctors used to do duty together, but sadly on that day my friend, she got ill, so I was the only one who was doing duty. So at 12:30ish or 12:45ish, I exactly do not remember. So there was a patient in emergency. So obviously emergency is situated at the ground floor of every hospital. So I went downstairs and attended the patient. I came back at around 1 a.m. and then I dozed off, and at 2 a.m. I felt like using washroom. So of course I came out, I locked the door of my room, and this was our room, this was stairs again, and this is like the L-shaped corridor, and at the end of the corridor there was CCU. So our washroom was situated inside the critical care unit, but the door of the unit usually remain closed, because nobody can enter that unit. Obviously it has to be sterile. It is like critical care unit. Only doctors were allowed to enter. Even we were provided with shoe cover at the gate. So that night, obviously it is protected by a guard. But when I wanted to use the washroom, I went to that CCU, and there was no guard, so that is why the room was locked. Of course guards are also human beings, so he must have gone for a tea, because night duties really get hectic. You have to have some tea and all. So tea and all stalls and canteen is situated on the ground floor, so he must have gone for a tea. So I started, I looked at the door, and it was closed, it was locked. So I was like really wanted to use the washroom. So what to do now? There's also a mini story, a backstory to this incident, that 3-4 months prior to this incident, me and my friend asked our seniors that why the only room situated on the CCU corridor, it always remains locked, like bolted with a like huge lock outside. So she told us that it used to be a mini mortuary where they used to keep dead bodies, but now every department has their own room. So this room is like kind of an abandoned room, and this room also has the bed and the washroom, she told us. So now coming back to the day of my duty. So I went from my room to the stairs to that CCU, and the door was locked. Of course the guard wasn't there, but I was having the search. So when I started moving back to my room, I saw that room in the middle, the only room in the middle that was situated, that haunted room. So it wasn't bolted from outside. There was no lock and it was not even bolted. So I was like, I was in a hurry. So I was having this urge. So I just pushed the door. So the door was locked from inside, and I was like shocked that how can this room always remains locked. So I thought there must be someone, because in the night, the hospitals usually get deserted. Of course, the doctors are doing their duty, because the patients and the attendants, they sleep. So the corridors are usually like the empty, and emptiest part becomes the emptiest part of the hospital. So moving back to that haunted room. So this was the room. So imagine this room. Now I'll tell you about how the room's architecture was. So it, like, the door was here, the door to enter this room. So you have to enter this room like this, and then there is a bed, and then there is a washroom. So you enter the room and you have to cross the bed, and then you have to go to the washroom. So on that night, that room was locked from inside. So I was not scared, because obviously it's a hospital, so somebody might have entered. So I politely knocked. So I didn't get any answer first time. So I knocked again. So I didn't get any answer second time. So I knocked the third time. The door got opened, like only this much. Of course, there was like no creaky voice, जैसे कि horror movies में होती है. There was not like that. So like the door opened, and I could not see the face properly. There was a lady, in hospitals, doctors wear coats. Even sisters and nurses have uniforms, like in every hospital. So there was a lady dressed up in a sister's uniform, that is a nurse uniform, and with like half sleeves, with the sleeveless apron. So when I knocked for the third time, the door opened. She opened the door only this much. So I couldn't see her features, but I could definitely make out that she was wearing the sister's uniform along with the sleeveless apron on it. So she never talked. She was doing only eye movements. So she asked me like this. So I was like, I was feeling bad for her, because I thought there must be some sister. She must have been given that room for that night to stay. So I was feeling bad for her, because I've woken her up from her sleep just to use the washroom. But I couldn't help it, because I was in emergency. So I asked her politely that, can I use that washroom? So for a second, she didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. And then she opened the door like that. And now I could see her. So she was having this beautiful, like, waist length black hair, and her features were like northeastern. Like she was resembling someone from Manipur, or northeastern side. So of course light wasn't there, because the room lights were like all out. So she was like standing in the dark, so I couldn't make out more. And I was in a hurry. So I entered the room and I started moving towards the washroom. So washroom, this is like the bed, this is the room's entry door. So you have to enter the room, you have to cross the bed, and you have to go to the washroom. So she was like sitting, the moment I started moving towards the washroom, she sat on the edge of the bed. So, and then I wasn't looking back. I was not at all scared. I was like, okay, somebody must have been allotted the room for the night. So I went to the washroom. I did my thing and I came back. The moment I came back, I saw her. So when I exited the bathroom, this lady, this sister, supposedly sister, was sitting at the edge of the bed with legs crossed and with her hair upside down. I was shocked. I've never seen someone, imagine she's like sitting with her legs crossed on the bed with her hair upside down, like this, like that. And I couldn't move. Like for a minute or so, I couldn't move. I wanted to run from inside, but my legs, it was like, I was like freezing. I couldn't move. So it must have been a minute or so, I couldn't move. And then I gathered up my courage and I was like, I have to get out of this room. So I started, like, this is the washroom. I started walking out slowly. Must have taken like 5 minutes or so. And then I came back to the room's door. and suddenly I turned my back and she was like standing behind me, and she was that much quick, and I didn't have the courage to turn my back, and I was like, I just said thank you without even turning back. I said thank you, and then I just came out of the room, and I've heard the voice, the door being shut very clearly. I heard that noise. So I came back, I ran to my room, and then I locked the room, luckily. So like I couldn't sleep whole night, so luckily there were like no patients in the night, so I came outside in the morning only. So when I came out, I saw that room, like just like that, I saw the room's door. So it was again bolted with like a huge lock, and there was like guard outside. So obviously when you are doing duties again, you get familiarized with a lot of people, so even you start knowing some guards because they are also their duty again and again. So I asked the guard, where were you last night? He told me that I was there whole night, I must have gone for some tea or coffee in between. So I asked him that whether this door, which is situated in the middle of the corridor, the abandoned room, whether it was open last night or not. I asked him, was there some sister who was assigned duty to stay in that room that night? He told me no, that room was locked for the entire night, like always. So I told him, no, it's not possible. I have attended the washroom, that room's washroom. He was shocked. He said, no, it's not possible. I told him that I was in a hurry, so I have used the washroom, and he was shocked. He couldn't speak like for like 2 minutes. He said, madam, there must be some problem. You must have attended some other washroom. Then I told him, I gave him some gyan that how can it be possible? There are no rooms with the washroom in this corridor, so except the CCU room. So, and which obviously I couldn't go to that CCU's washroom because you were not there. You have locked it from outside. So that is why I went to that room next to that abandoned room. So he couldn't speak for like a few minutes, and I was like, maybe he's again like he wanted to sleep or he's sleep deprived. So after looking at his face, and he was in like utter disbelief, I went to the department in the morning. Of course, I was about to go home, so I went to the department. I informed my head that whatever the incident that happened last night, and she was shocked, and she didn't speak for like a minute or so. And she called everybody, like there was a meeting, entire meeting that was happening, and I've narrated the entire incident, and they all were shocked. They told me that room never gets open because there were some incidences that has been reported, and every colleague of mine, they got scared and they were like blaming me, kya dekh liya tumne. So of course I never wanted, मैं जानबूझ के थोड़ी ना देखने जा रही थी. So after this meeting with all my seniors, my head, and my colleagues, it was decided that this room has to be sealed so that nobody can enter this room. It was already locked, we all know, but it has to be sealed. So because few incidences also happened before my incident, but I never got to know what were the incidences because nobody wanted to talk about that, but that room got sealed. So after my incident, that room got sealed, and it happened in 2011, and I checked like few years back. I called my senior and she told me that room is still locked. So this happened, and after my duty, it was decided that if a person gets sick, it will be like replaced by another person. Not from my duty onwards, no doctor did a duty again, alone. So it was decided that no doctor will do duty again alone. So it has to be like two people, doing their duty together. So after my incident, few things changed for that hospital. That room remained sealed. Two people were always assigned to do duty. If one gets sick, it will be replaced by another, but there will always be two people doing the duty. And I don't know right now whether that room got opened or not, because I never got a chance to visit that place. But this matter was like a huge one, because whenever I narrated this incident to many people, senior people in the hospital, they never used to like whether deny it or accept it. So I don't know. So that was all about that incident. Till date, I don't know who was she. Was she some sister really, or was she someone else? And how she got inside, how she got the key to that room, and everything like still is a mystery to me. So I don't know, but that was all about the incident. And after that, again we did so many duties. We passed that room, but there was always a strange feeling crossing that room. But anyways, this was the whole incident that has happened with me. These are like real facts, because till date that room is locked and sealed, and and many things changed for that hospital after that. So this is what has happened with me, and it changed few things over there forever. So guys, that is it. That is all about today's video. I hope you like this video. So I'm coming up with more interesting videos next time, so do not forget to like and subscribe me over here. And you can also follow me on my other social media. I'm on the Facebook page, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter by the same name, MyDiaries28 on Facebook and Instagram. I'm highly active. You have to follow me over there. And before leaving, my thought of the day today is that always be helpful, always be kind. Remember, someone's watching you.